What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate. Reverse rants, no hate. The champ is here. The champ is back. And this is heavy. Listen, Anthony Joshua still has no opponent. Eddie Hearn has been doing interviews, and he pretty much mentioned how he want to have 3 fights for AJ this year. He says he want a top 15 guy, then Dillian White, and then Wilder close to the ending of the year. Now, I've been saying this for the longest. These guys have not did this shit since they were a lot younger. I don't see Anthony Joshua fighting 3 times. And one of the reasons is too. Anthony Joshua don't want a tune-up. He wants to just fight nothing but the elite level guys. Okay, cool. The thing is, Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn are not on the same page when it comes to what they want. It sounds more like Eddie Hearn is saying what he wants to see for Anthony Joshua. I don't know that Anthony Joshua feels that same way. And along with boxing, but outside of boxing, his company and things, Anthony Joshua is a businessman and he's successful at what he's doing. It's not like he's starving for money. So I don't know if Anthony Joshua still has the same passion. I don't think he needs a tune-up fight to fight Dillian freaking White, man. I mean, I think he should be able to jump in there with Dillian White right now and win. So, pretty much, if he fought a top 15 guy, it's January. Okay, it's January. So, probably it will be like in March. And I believe that's what Eddie Hearn said. Now, let's say 3.5, 4 months later, he's fighting Dillian White. Whenever, if we was to get AJ versus Wilder, yeah, that would be towards the end of the year. But again, before the holidays, Shelly Finkel admitted that yeah, Eddie Hearn reached out to him. They're trying to make a fight. He said, well, after we fight Robert Helenius, then we can talk. He admitted that that's what he talked to him about. Okay, he fought Robert Helenius some months ago. So, what happened? No more talks about Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Look at what's going on. Remember I told you guys, I said, Andy Ruiz, okay, he fought Chris Arreola in a title eliminator. He won the fight. He fought Luis Ortiz in a title eliminator. He won the fight. Deontay Wilder, okay, he just basically fought Robert Helenius in a title eliminator. He won the fight. He got in the ring and kind of praised Ortiz briefly, and then briefly, even more brief, touched on, well, they had a great fight, but I said this before and I'm saying it again. He wanted Ortiz to win so they could have had a third fight, because it makes no sense to fight the loser, right? Wouldn't that would really make him look stupid? Like, why are you fighting Ortiz when he just got beat by Andy? Why are you not fighting Andy? The last thing I heard from Andy, what did he say? I don't think that Deontay Wilder wants to fight me. The interviewer asked him why. He said, well, because if he wins, then that puts him, back in that title picture with Tyson Fury for a 4th time, and he knows he can't beat Fury. I don't think he wants that. If he loses to me, then it's a setback to him. Well, think about it. He's the #1 contender right now for the WBC, Deontay Wilder, and all he did was beat Robert Helenius. So, where's the talks of AJ versus Wilder? I don't think Eddie Hearn is wrong for laying out, laying out what the plans are. I just think sometimes you need to say less about certain things because the more you say you want this to happen, you want that to happen, but then none of it happens, people start looking like, man, you're just capping, you're just talking. And you know what? They'll start putting the blame on AJ. He's the fighter. They'll start looking at him. Well, he got the final say so, and he's not saying anything. Anthony Joshua is, like he's not on camera much. He's, you know, um, I believe that he's training, at least staying in fight shape because I don't know, he has no opponent that he's fighting. So, but I believe he's training. But if you're going to fight a top 15 guy, and Anthony Joshua has expressed he doesn't want any tune-ups, he just want to fight elite guys. Who are you going to fight? We could look at his rankings and where he is and like who's like, like above him or beneath him in the rankings or whatever. We can, but it doesn't make a difference. The point is, the fights that he's saying he want and that Eddie's saying he wants, when we're not getting those fights, and especially like him and Wilder, this has been years of this fight not happening. Him and Fury, years of this stuff not happening. Dillian White and Wilder, years. I mean, all of these guys, that name who's been coming up, it's like, yeah, we've been hearing this for a long time. And I don't care. I'm not this is not even about whose fault it is. It's just the fact nothing's happening. And all across the board, when you look at who's fighting who and who's not doing much of anything, it's just the same old stuff. Nothing's changing. I mean, in Anthony Joshua, for one, who's his trainer going to be? We know it's no longer, Robert Garcia. I mean, does he go back to McCracken? Now, out of his own mouth, he said just because he had a conversation with Roy Jones doesn't mean Roy Jones is his new trainer. So, what Anthony Joshua wants, who he wants in his corner, whatever it may be, I think that's something too that's going to be an issue for Anthony Joshua because if you're going to go into a fight with anyone, let's just say, for example, if he wants to fight in March, like Eddie Hearn is saying, well, who are you going to have as a trainer? And who are you fighting and training for? You need to have that person in your camp, even if it's a guy who you think you should beat easily, because that can be your banana peel fight. So at the end of the day, it's just more of the same situations. This guy said he wants to fight this guy. This guy said he wants to fight that guy. Then it doesn't happen. Well, like I said, it's been a while since I've done videos, but not much has changed. It's just the same old stories, and boxing just needs to do better. It's 2022 was just last week, so it's I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I don't believe in magic. I don't believe you snap your fingers and things change. It is what it is, and I will say what the changes that we need to see in boxing, I think it's obvious. And no matter what we come up with, believe we'll all have a lot of the same things that we feel like should be the major changes. But until those things happen, it's just going to be a situation of broken promises, a lot of hype, still no Tank and Ryan. Tank has a fight coming up. But it's just more of the same talk. They're fighting on Twitter. They're fighting on Instagram, but not in the ring. You got people, oh, I did this to him, I did that to him, and he didn't do anything. Like, the Gary Russell story of punching Terrence Crawford in the face. Now you have Tank saying something about Crawford and all. It's like, man, listen, you guys need to man up and get in the ring and fight. Earn your keep. We don't care about what happened in the past, what happened in the locker room, what happened on your old block. That has nothing to do with what we want to see in the ring. So it is what it is. But you guys know my stance. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't lose any sleep about it. My life is blessed, and I don't try to live through other people. I go out and get what I need and want in life. So I'm not, feeling any kind of way. As a content creator, when I give you guys the news, I give you the news, you know, and I speak with the mindset and the emotion of, so yeah, I'm connecting with you guys. Okay, imagine someone telling a horror story. Well, Jane, she walked down the stairs and the demon jumped out and grabbed her, ripped her to shreds, and bit her throat and ripped her throat out, and yeah, pretty much it. Right? That would be boring, wouldn't it? You know how they tell horror stories. Miss Jane was walking through the dark, dusty hallway. She extends her right arm. Her heart beats faster as her hand gets closer to the doorknob. And then she goes to turn. She's sweating. She knows something's about that. Yeah. Because you're sitting there going, oh shit. Right? They got you locked in. So that's what we do as content creators. We speak, we talk without all the theatrics, but well, speaking for me, that's what I do. And, that's about it. But I don't take any of this stuff personal. I can't want something for you more than you want it for yourself. And for these fighters, they need to understand. You show improve in the ring. Once you get to the point where you go from saying it's not about the money, I don't care about the money, now all you talk about is money. It's like, well, you think people would wake up and understand. Now, we don't know what's going on, but here's another situation where, Anthony Joshua, just like anybody else, he's only getting older. And it's like, I just don't think that passion is the same. I think he has the heart to fight, but it doesn't really make sense to me. If I'm training you, I'll tell you, listen, you're not improving as a fighter. What sense does it make to just help you get in shape, to go into a fight where you're lacking the fundamentals that you need to beat that guy? Or basically, you're not training in a way where the best is being brought out of you. We don't see any change. Those weaknesses and flaws will be exploited. You have as much of a chance of losing as you do winning. And the confidence that you lack, your own lack of confidence, is still there. And when Robert Garcia was training him, he said Anthony Joshua needs to change his mindset. You're trying to get his confidence up, and he basically said he lacked confidence and his mindset. He's weak. So just to have the heart is not enough. Just to go in and say, I fought this guy. I mean, Sean Porter can say he fought all the top guys, but how many of them did he beat? It's about change. It's about adding to your arsenal. It's about becoming a better fighter, not just doing a Derek Chisora, war. Every fight, I'm going to fight you the same because that's all I know. So, Anthony Joshua, to me, I feel like what was working for him, he got to the top a lot sooner than he thought he was, and it was just all uphill from then. It was no turning back, no easy fights, and I respect and commend him for what he did. But going forward, man, I mean, you have to have a stable team. And just like you're a businessman outside of the ring, man, you have to, like, your team should be solid. You should know who you want as a trainer. You should already be in there with that trainer, and you guys should already be going through the motions and getting to know each other, and not just a month before the fight that you agree to a fight. So I don't know what's happening with Anthony Joshua, man. I mean, I really truly don't think he has the desire that he used to, the hunger. Like I said, I think he has the heart, but I don't think he has the hunger and the desire anymore. Talk to me in the comments section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.